This is the best I could do, given that it's 5:30 in the morning, okay? This spilled all over the place in my car. It's very hot. I made this, okay? And it's like a to-go cup, but it's hot and it's really full. But it's warm so you can warm your hands. So I know that these will be a little bit short on you, but they're clean, right? It's better than nothing. I also threw a couple of granola bars in there, and I couldn't find the other hand warmers, but these are just toe warmers, and you pop. There's 2 in each pack, so 1 for each foot in here, and then here's another set. If you put them under your feet and put them in your shoes, it really helps. Then I put another one in here if you want to throw in your pocket. And then I put these Purell wipes in here, and then I also put a bag full of like baby wipes in here if you need to clean yourself up a little bit, and a bag for you to put your soiled stuff in, whether you want to throw it away or do whatever, okay? And I don't, so that's for you. I don't know what the rest of the conversation was.
What time does Super One open?
I think they open at 6 or 7. They changed their time since COVID, okay? So 6 or 7. I do know. What?
Because I need somewhere to put it.
Yeah, so I'm not sure. Where was your tent set up?
Behind the doctor's office there. It's full of people.
Okay. Is that maybe some place that you can tuck behind and change?
It's full of feces.
I meant not in your tent, but like around the corner. It really just needs to.
Nothing.
Yeah, so it just needs to be out of sight.
I know. I need a bathroom though.
So they're not gonna let you in the fire. The fire station isn't like a public place.
No, I didn't say that. That's why I was asking what time Super One is open so I can use their bathroom.
I don't think so. They usually close it. The only other bathroom I would think would be the Pacific Pride bathroom that we could utilize, but it's like not a public bathroom.
Right.
I mean, it's just so early.
So what's your plan from this point on, bud? Well, I know the fire department wants you to move along because you were ringing the doorbell and banging on the door, okay?
Which in a real emergency where they can actually provide services, right? That's still a legitimate thing that we would want their help with, but they can't just help people warm up, unfortunately. But here comes the boss. Maybe he has one more suggestion. Did you guys have any other conversation when I was okay? Oh, and there's a hat in there. There should be a gray hat.
Do you have food and stuff, or is that the bag you brought?
I brought some granola bars in there, and in that cup is my personally made hot chocolate, and I donated a cup to him so that he could warm his insides and his hands, including toe warmers, baby wipes to wipe himself, another pair of pants, and some hand sanitizing wipes for afterwards.
Very nice.
So, and a hat.
So he was not trespassing McDonald's or the truck stops, and so I think probably the truck stop would be more appropriate since those showers would get cleaned up. So
We suggested the pool too, but then he said he didn't want to go there. But yeah, we're waiting to hear back what they.
And KVFR wants him trespassed.
No.
Oh, they didn't. Okay. I thought it said the first one.
Yeah, it was maybe not accurate. It was leave maybe or not come back tonight. They came out and they were out here when we got here. But talking to the DCR, she's like,
Right.
even us, like and that's it. She's like, it's hard to not enable him. I'm like, right. But then when they took his temperature and it legitimately is 97, I'm like, I can probably get you like something warm.
Well, the truck stop I think is the most appropriate place if he just wants to go clean up, warm up.
I will let him know, and then really we can only offer so much.
I mean, we make contact with the MHP and he's not proclaiming a medical emergency. So.
Oh, I talked to MHP last night, but it's the same thing.
Well, run it by him just so we can check that box.
Okay. I gotta make a quick phone call here. This is Officer Direct Tennis.
Officer Direct Tennis, you beautiful soul.
Oh, you won't think
Similar
so.
CPR.
You won't think so anymore. It's sort of like rounding out the night a little bit the way we started. I'm recording still, just so you know. So we are out with Alan,
Okay.
and he showed up banging on the fire station bay doors, and they're like, please come and get him out of here. So we came down, and he is cold, covered in feces, and expressed that he wanted to basically go somewhere, warm up, and take a shower. But we've offered him a lot of different options that he has refused. He does not have a medical... what? $12? He's not having a medical emergency, so KVH isn't an option, and everything else right now it's not open, or he's trespassed from there.
Okay.
So we are just kind of running this by you to make sure that there's not anything that you would say that he was gravely disabled for, or that anything has changed maybe since your last contact. I brought him clothes, baby wipes, a hat, foot warmers, and food, and hot chocolate, because the fire guys did take his body temperature and it was low. He's legitimately cold, but yes. And besides kind of saying, hey, you do need to just move on, make your way down to just anywhere else, we wanted to make sure that we weren't overlooking something like from a mental health side that is beyond baseline.
Is he saying that he's having any suicidal thoughts, or have you talked about that at all?
No, Kevin, what did he just say? Like, I'm gonna die, or? He just said I want to die, but that was because he was frustrated. He's upset because I think he said his testicles hurt because there's feces on them.
Okay. And just out of curiosity, as far as description of spreading feces across or over himself, can you just kind of elaborate on that? Like, is it all over his body, or is it mainly on his butt?
It looks like it's just on his pants.
Okay. All right. And then how did he end up popping up? Oh, sorry. So you said that he had banged on the door of the fire station.
He showed up at the fire station and was like banging on the door. I think maybe thinking that they would like let him in. Instead they called us. They gave him a blanket, but up until just like a minute ago, he wouldn't even put it around himself. Is he yelling for one of us to come over there? Okay. And so he walked over from wherever he was, which was like across the street somewhere, and came over here.
Okay. And it's the fire, not that it matters whatsoever. Is it the fire station that's like Whole Health in that area with the churches?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just wondering how far he might have wandered off from after we talked with him at Community Health last night.
Not. I think he stayed behind Community Health.
Okay. And so I had mentioned, or you had mentioned something, earlier in conversation. All I heard was you muttered $12. The only thing that I could think of with him, do you know, has he tried like Pilot or Love's or a gas station that would be able, like a $4 shower there?
The Flying J, which is what Corporal Willett called when I was waiting for this phone call. I said, let's go down there and see how much it is. Said it's $12 for a shower, and they provide a towel.
Okay. Yeah, just with how my contact was with him last night, and hopefully this is not just me going on some sort of rampage that doesn't make any sense. But just based on our contact with him last night, all that it and I'm more than happy to go out and talk with him, but it sounds like it's kind of the same song and dance. Like, you offer him these different things, and like everything gets shot down. It's really hard to feel like you can really get anywhere or like conversation is at least productive. And so I don't even know what extra resources to give him. And the fact that y'all gave him baby wipes sounds like he has a new change of clothes that he can do. He does have the ability, if he needed to go into the gas station. He's asked them before, like, I think he gets maybe too in detail about what he needs to do. And so he's talked about how he'll go into one of the gas stations and say, like, you know, I've pretty much pooped my Depends and I need to change and need to do all this stuff.
Yeah.
And then apparently, according to him, he said that they've ended up declining him and telling him no. So one of the things that I told him last night, and hopefully this doesn't sound dismissive or rude towards anyone, but it's like, well, you could always just go in there. Like, they have huge bathrooms and you could always just change in there. Like, you really don't owe anybody the explanation of, I'm going to go in here and do this, and this. And I get, like, it's a courtesy thing, but also if you're just changing yourself, like, just go into the bathroom and just get changed and then walk out. It's not a crime to go use the bathroom.
Right, and there are also
maybe
plenty of people who are maybe more typically functioning that legitimately also use adult diapers. So it's not a weird, and everybody goes to the bathroom. You just got to go in there. So, I guess we'll just suggest to him to just go walk on to somewhere that has a bathroom then and just get changed up. We talked about going to the pool. It's not open till 11 today. And getting a shower. And he said he doesn't want to shower there. Well, he said he doesn't want to shower there because one time a little girl pointed to him and said, "What is that, Daddy?" or something like that when the girl was there swimming with her dad. So, I mean, that was just kind of like one more thing. Oh, you know, here's a resource. Here's what you weren't accepting.
Okay, yeah, with him last night, especially after we probably ran through like 15, 20 different ideas or resources, things that he could do in town. And after he had declined, said none of them were going to be helpful, then I finally just had to tell him, like, those are the only resources that I can give you, and unfortunately we can't do anything past what we've talked about doing tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
I think, just offering that to him and just saying, like, you know, we tried these different things. The best idea that I can give you would be blah, 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 whether it's going down to the gas station and trying to change there. But he also was trapping himself when he was at the hospital, and we had him down there for probably 3 days straight trying to find a placement. One of his things was he had actively pulled down his pants, stared at one of the nurses, and then it just, like, completely crapped on the floor. So it doesn't seem like a grave disability thing.
It seems like
it's not him.
Okay. Yeah, that would make
Sorry, what'd you
sense.
say?
Because he has the ability to do it intentionally.
Right, and like, if he feels like he has to crap himself, then there's no way, and I could be off on this too, but there's no way that every single gas station or every place that would be open has possibly kicked him out to the extent where they wouldn't even just let him go inside and use the bathroom.
Yeah,
So
I checked. It didn't look like that.
I'm sorry, I talked over you. What did you say?
I said I checked, and he wasn't trespassed from everywhere.
Right, yeah. I think we had gone over a couple of the different places, maybe like one of the Circle K's he was kicked out of, or trespassed from one of the backs, or something like that. But I've been given a couple of other areas too, but it's not like every single square foot of town. He's not able to just sit there. So if it doesn't sound like grave disability. How's he presenting as far as his affect goes?
I mean, right now he's like screaming and yelling, but earlier he was not.
Okay. All right. Yeah. If he's not willing to use the resources, then that's really the only thing in town right now. Then obviously, like, and I'm more than happy to talk with him over the phone too, but we can just remind him, like, it's 6 o'clock in the morning right now. Places are going to start opening around 8. You can go talk with Hope Source.
Let me go ask if he wants to talk to you.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me hop out. do you want to talk to the DCR, mental health?
They're not going to be able to help me.
So you do not want to talk with her?
They can't. She won't help me, so what's good is she going to do?
I'm just offering to. Do you want to talk to her? Okay. He does not want to speak to you.
Okay. I figured that was going to be the case.
What was that?
I just said I figured that was going to be the case.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask. I didn't want to assume.
No, I'm glad that you did because, I mean, if he was willing to talk, then I'm more than happy to chat with him too. But if he had already declined other resources, I'm not very surprised he didn't want to talk.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, just, I think everything that y'all are doing is perfect, and even just being kind enough to help give him some wipes and also give him some extra clothing items, then I really, really appreciate that, because I think that's the main thing with him too, like, he doesn't want to be covered in his feces, or doesn't need to be covered in his feces, and when he, obviously the shelter is an issue as far as basic needs go, but he doesn't, he said he has like $200 left on his food stamp. He has access to that. Also has access to other things as well. So if he's just absolutely refusing everything, and it doesn't sound, if he just got down to the ER, then the only thing that we would do would just be in the exact same situation where we don't have any kind of reason to even send him to crisis stabilization.
Okay. Okay.
So, yeah, I think y'all are doing everything. It's just depending on that how that conversation goes, or if you feel like y'all just need additional support or help, you're more than welcome to give me a call.
Okay.
And I'm more than happy to come out there and at least chat with y'all or try to talk to see if we can do anything else on our end. But you can also just give him comprehensive as a resource. I know he was saying yesterday that he couldn't walk there. But if he wanted to at least come in and talk more about the resources, or, I mean, I think he definitely has more police contact, and that's how he gets involved with us, but...
Yeah. Well, I can see 2 Central Transit bus stops right now that he could go wait at and get on once they start rolling around, so...
Okay, yeah, that sounds good. I mean, we'd probably just do the exact same thing that y'all are doing, but at least then places would be open, and places that usually don't have an on-call phone, we could try to get a hold of them to see. But, yeah, that sounds perfect. He definitely has ways to be able to transfer over, and even I brought up the men's homeless shelter down in Yakima yesterday, and he completely refused that.
Okay.
So it's a lot more challenging when they're refusing it, and when these are different resources that we don't have to necessarily step in and absolutely force them to utilize. And considering he's not utilizing them, then we still don't have a reason to get him down to the ER to try to detain him.
Okay. Understood. We will have another chat with him.
Yeah, thank you. How long have y'all been out there with him?
Maybe an hour.
Oh, God. Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. And seriously, if you need me to come down there and try to talk with him, I know it just feels like it puts you in a little bit of a rock and a hard place, because here's all these resources, and Ellensburg already, it's not like we're, as far as homelessness goes, we don't have like 8,000 resources to be able to give him. So
yeah,
I get that it's a really crappy situation, especially when you want to try to help out too. So I appreciate y'all doing what you do, and whatever I can do to be helpful, just feel free to give a call and let me know.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you, and we'll talk to you at some point, I'm sure.
Yep, sorry for the wake up. Bye.
No, you're good. Have a good night day.
Bye. Longest farewell there. She said he just refused the services.
He's got an excuse for everything. He's unwilling to help himself. He's been kicked out of everywhere that could help him. He's refusing to go anywhere else than the other city where he can start fresh and help himself.
She said Hope Source can help him in the morning when they, or Comprehensive when they open, but he's just choosing not to utilize them. So I think he just needs to move on. She says that even like a gas station, they'll go in there and change. He has the ability to go or wait Central Transit, and it sounds like it's just going to be like this.
Well, I was trying to help Brett instead. That's why I heard sort of like shivering violently, you know? But the minute that I gave him a cigarette, it's like he's just sitting there kind of like puffing on it. His arms are out of the jacket sleeve. I'm like, dude, put your arms in. Arm yourself up with the jacket. That's what it's for. Put the blanket on.
Well, yeah, I mean, however, he said because he's shivering, his body temperature is still a little bit high. However, he's going to be out here longer. It's going to get colder. So it could be just because he's colder that he stopped shivering, is what Nelson said. So I don't disagree, but I also feel like we've done all of the things extra, way extra, to kind of, we gave him Mouse a cookie, and we've done all the things, and he's not even touched that hot chocolate. He asked for it. It's warm. So, I mean,
I gave him a cigarette. He wanted a cigarette, so I gave him one.
It's nice of you.
Yeah.
Nicotine dealer. So, I mean, I say we just say you need to go on. You could go wait at the bus stop if you want.
You can go to the sidewalk if you want. So you can go to the bus stop. I mean, but the captain, it sounds like KVFR wanted to move it along.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Okay, that was slippery. I talked with Emily at MHP, and she says there's not a lot of resources that she can help you with. Okay, there's Central Transit's gonna start running here. If you need a ride somewhere, that would be my recommendation, Alan. Okay, you're gonna knock over your hot chocolate. It's empty. You drank it all. Okay, but you have to leave here.
Oh my God, it hurts so.
Do you need to go to the hospital?
They won't do anything. It's this diaper rash.
Okay. You have to leave here. They do not want you here. You have to leave here. My suggestion would be to walk down to like an open business. McDonald's is open. That's close. Super One will open soon where they would have a restroom that you can use. Or you can walk. There's a bus stop right over there, and there's one over there that they could take you other places. They could take you, if you had money on your money card, they could take you to like a truck stop. Okay, well, you could get changed at one of those places, but we've given you lots of options, so you do need to leave here, Alan, and I know it's, I know, and I'm sorry we're in this situation, but Hope Source will open up in the morning, or you can, okay, or you can take the transit bus to Comprehensive, and they can help you, try to help you a little bit more. Okay?
I need to go to the hospital.
You do?
This hurts bad. This is the worst pain I've been in forever.
You need to go to the ER?
There's something I need to get out of pain. I'm trying to get out.
Okay, hold on. My radio's like up. I don't understand why I can't hear it. He's saying that he wants to go to the hospital.
Okay.
Because this is the most pain. Oh, was that poop covered?
I don't know.
Yeah, that would be.
He shit on the.
He's like has uncontrolled bowels. That's part of the problem.
He's pooping.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, I mean, I'm not taking him if he has a medical issue. I mean, he could go by ambulance or he could walk there. And so, I mean, what is your take at supervisor?
Well, if he wants to go there and he's having a medical emergency, we need to get there. So we'll have, if he's not willing to walk there, then we'll have the ambulance transport. It is what it is. I mean, he can't be refuse medical services. So if he's needing to go there, we'll get him there. If he's saying he's having a medical emergency and it's not just for the pure fact that he wants to go sit there and warm up.
Take a Ellensburg suspicious, just occurred 1701 Plum Ridge Avenue.
111.
So
1701 East.
Okay. Do you want to walk to the hospital or do you want to have... You can't? Okay. Okay.
what's the chief complaint?
What's your main complaint? Pain in your abdomen and like pelvic area? His balls in his butthole. He says those were his words. Those were not mine. Just for clarification, he says he has diaper rash. Like he's got like skin sores. I would say. I don't know.
Does he have an internal
I don't know. I don't know what makes him have this. So Emily said when he was in the ER, he pulled down his pants, stared at one of the nurses, and pooped right on the ground. And so part of it, one of the reasons they don't want him there, unless there's a thing, is because it's as uncontrolled as it is, it seems like maybe it's also not. But it's that mix of somebody that's mentally ill.
Right.
It's interesting to me that she goes, he was at the ER for 3 days. They were trying to find a placement for him.
Well, the problem is, one, I mean, that's out of our control. The DCRs and the mental health system, I mean, right, there's nothing that you and I or our department can do. What we can do is offer him resources and try to help him out. But the problem is he's quite literally burned out all of his resources.
And he's choosing to stay somewhere that's horrible.
He has an answer. Everything you offer him, he has an answer why he can't use it. He had an apartment, but he refused to comply with the standards and lost it. And we don't have any other options. I mean, we can't just create like magical resources for him because what he wants is he wants a specific thing. Like, I want you to give me like my own apartment, my own house, my own rules. Because if you asked him and he told you what he needed or wanted, and he said, okay, I'll get that, all of his ailments and all of his acting and stuff like that would go away. And I've seen it several times.
Oh, he drank all that hot chocolate, by the way.
Good.
So.
I didn't see him drinking it.
I didn't either. He must have chugged it. Because when it knocked over, it was empty.
Well, I saw him knock over, and I was like, but I didn't
It was
see him
empty.
coming out. I was like, oh, it must be
It was probably when I was waiting for the... they're going to be so pissed at us. Well, we can't not... When somebody says they want an ambulance, they want an ambulance.
We cannot say no. I'll hop out with you.
So first of all, I'm sorry, and I'm still recording. He is expressing that he does need to go to the hospital because when he got up to walk, it was, well, now he's up again, the worst pain ever, and he seems to be, like, obviously physically unwell, but he said he also has a rash and some other issues there related to that. So sorry. And he wouldn't walk.
Seems to be doing okay.
So he's trespassed from there except for medical stuff.
Yeah. Okay. We'll give him a picture. Give him
I'm gonna call the ER and let them know that he's just there for medical stuff. Does that sound good?
Yep.
Okay.